Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to a Wednesday. It's Wednesday, I think. Morning go live because we are here with the Podfather himself to talk about FastDraft. Oh, point right at the screen. So, let's waste no time. Hey Matt, how's it going?
Russ, good to hang out with you guys today. Bob, Scott. This is we have the Fantasy Cares heavy hitters here.
It's a cool place to be.
We do. Yeah, but we're here to talk FastDraft. Of course, Matt is the owner of FastDraft. We got a contest going over there. You can join it for free. $10 goes to Fantasy Cares. We've talked about it a few times, but we thought we'd have Matt come on and let you know all about it in case you don't know. Here's our fun little graphic, but they got best ball. Let me take the ticker off because that's not blocking much. Best ball drafts, all flex, they're DFS. They got DFS. You can download it in the App Store, Google Play. They are meant to be fast, right, Matt? Do you want to go into tell them all about it, like just how fast they are?
So yeah, we started with rookie games. So FastDraft was started with a contest called Origins, which is you just draft 6 rookies. Yes. And then just quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, any 6. You could draft 6 running backs, whatever it is. So we wanted to basically provide a contest where people are doing all these rookie drafts all the time, especially if you're a dynasty fanatic, which so many people are, and a lot more people are getting into dynasty all the time. But you do that. It's like the stakes are so high. You have this one rookie draft, and everything comes down to this one rookie draft on like May 14th. For a lot of people. And so what we wanted to do is say, hey, no, you can actually draft rookies for money in February, March, April, leading up to your rookie draft. And so you can have a lot of fun with best ball just in a rookie context, because that's what so many people are obsessed by. Because we also run Player Profiler, and when you go to playerprofiler.com, most of the year, the trending players are all rookies. So that's how we get started. And then people realize, hey, these drafts, they take like 6 minutes. Wouldn't it be nice if you did an all flex version with all NFL players? And we said, yeah, sure. So we have this game called Flex 4. You draft any 6 players. Well, running back, wide receiver, tight end, flex players. And that game is currently live on FastDraft right now. We just dropped a brand new all flex tournament. Those drafts, again, they take 5-6 minutes. They're super quick and convenient. You don't need to kind of schedule a time for those types of drafts. And then we also have the Rabbit, which is a proper full best ball tournament draft. That's where you draft 15 guys, quarterback, running back, tight end. But we have a few sort of Scott Fish inspired nuances. There's a 3rd round reversal. There's only 10 teams, by the way. So with only 15 rounds and 10 teams, you don't have to go so deep. You have to memorize like the depth charts of all these teams. You can draft in 20 minutes instead of an hour a full and proper best ball team where you're stacking like crazy and all that. The bottom line is we decided that there was not a lot of innovation in the best ball space, and that this was something that needed to happen. There just weren't enough mobile apps that were focused on best ball as the first priority contest. And so from now and for the foreseeable future, we're going to be continuing to reinvest in the best ball technology that we have, and rolling out new best ball contests, new features and functionalities specifically for best ball enthusiasts. So we have like a portfolio section for people to maintain and manage all their exposure. The exposure that you have in every tournament shows up in the draft room. And we've already been fielding like a laundry list of like, hey, wouldn't it be nice if a best ball app did this? Hey, wouldn't it be nice if a best ball app did that? And so FastDraft, I think from now moving forward, that's going to be what we're all about. We're going to be the place, the cutting edge of best ball gameplay in all of fantasy sports.
I love it. And the app is incredibly slick and smooth to operate, which I really like. I think that's I think people really, really like a smooth, nice user interface nowadays. It's something people will take every time. I see you got in your lobby right now. You have a bunch of different options for the Flex 4, the Rabbits, the Origins. You got a D up contest with this, which is all defense. Lots of cool stuff in there.
We piloted that, by the way, earlier this year in working with the IDP show. They were like, "Hey, there's no IDP tournaments out here. We have people that are IDP, fanatics, and they really want to go in and draft, but it's tough. We have to set up a brand new league from scratch every time we want to draft defense because there really is no out of the box tournament where ID people can play. So we launched just a $10,000 prize pool, nothing crazy, where you just draft any 6 defenders. And it's easy for us because we already have the all flex contest platform set up. We already are getting defensive players from our stats service.
Sure.
Just that very few fantasy platforms have leveraged the defensive side of the ball. And we said, okay, well, we'll just turn on the defense and have an all flex defense contest where you're just drafting any edge. You can draft 6 edge rushers, you can draft 6 linebackers, whatever you want to do. And it turns out there's this really passionate niche of people that love IDP, and they've already filled that contest.
I really like that contest and all of these because it's kind of a movement, a trend, and I think you're at the forefront of it in making things faster and quicker, things people can do on their lunch breaks, their whatever, and also just like the less the player pool, the 6 players or the 10 by 15, 10 teams, 15 rounds. It makes it more accessible to your person just getting back into fantasy for the year, or someone who's even newer to fantasy.
Right.
The player pool isn't so deep that you're scratching your head at those last few rounds.
Yeah, the guys in the last few rounds, you're going to be looking at running backs like a Rashad White, a Braylon Allen, a Ramadre Stevenson, Tyler Algier. These are still a lot of them non-starters, right?
Yep.
So you have slot receivers, Cedric Tillman, Christian Kirk. They go in round 15. Most people at that point in the player pool, they're like, I'm good. I know Christian Kirk. I know Cedric Tillman. I know Tyler Algier. I know Braylon Allen.
Yep.
Please don't make me learn another layer of players. I think I'm good here. So look, we know there's 50+ million people that play fantasy football. The vast majority, they're going to know out to Rashad White and Braylon Allen, and that's where their comfort level ends. And we wanted a game that was accessible to all. And the beauty is there's a lot of casual people playing best ball on FastDraft. And in the future, we're going to have 10, 100x more casuals playing best ball on FastDraft because it is accessible to everybody. It's not viewed as something that is for experts only. And that was really our guiding principle, was how do we bring fantasy that is so much fun. Like those of us that have been playing best ball for many years, going back to MFL 10s, we know best ball is great. We love it. It would just be nice if all my buddies from home and college would also play it with me. How do we get to that point? And that's was basically the impetus to get FastDraft off the ground, knowing that there's all these people that would play. Same with DFS. So we have a DFS platform that has no salaries. It's just you pick 6 guys. And
I said that for years. That's the way DFS should be. I love.
We're making fantasy great again, man. And what I mean by that is we're making it very accessible to everybody. Where now, even if you're in one league and you really don't pay attention to the NFL until July, you'll be able to go to FastDraft and play and not feel like you're underwater, not feel like you're in way over your head. There's certainly levels of strategy. If you are a grinder who's been at this all year and you've been doing incredible research and you've been drafting everywhere and you know your stuff forwards and backwards, you're going to have an advantage. Like you're gonna know to stack like this and set up your exposure to optimize your expected value. These guys are always gonna have an edge in a game of skill against the most casual players. But at least the win rate for the most casual players is not zero.
Right.
With FastDraft, they act. You have a chance to win, even if it's less probable than someone who has high levels of expertise. That's much better than it being 100-0, which is the reason why a lot of people that used to play DFS or set up DraftKings accounts stopped playing because they felt like they couldn't win. Now, the level of strategy with DFS on FastDraft is, how do I manage my ownership? Like, I don't want to have all the highest owned players. I can't have just a chalk fest. I need to balance the chalk with a couple more fringy guys with upside. That's where the strategy comes into play, not how do I fit these salaries together? Because how do I fit these salaries together is something that is machine learning tools have started to really dominate, and our game gets away from that being an edge.
Yes. I love everything about the accessibility and the gear towards the more casual users, as well as the people who want to do this in high volume. And I think you've achieved that with the price points as well. That most of your, if not all of your contests, are $20 or less. I'm sure you'll probably have some high stakes ones eventually, but now there's lots of free ones. There's lots of $5, $10, $20 ones. That's a great give it a try price. And it's also a great, I want to play at high volume and work on that ROI and those, that style of play. It's really good for both of those.
Well, the people that won last year, I think the majority or close to the majority, their teams were drafted based on something called turbo mode. And turbo mode allows you just to submit your rankings. Hey, here are my rankings. And then it automatically will, draft on your behalf when these drafts go off. The nice thing about the Flex 4 game is that because you're not too worried about stacking or getting sniped, these are very, the all rookie game, for example. I know that a bunch of top 5 at least a couple top 5 finishers submitted turbo mode just because they had better rookie rankings than other people. And a lot, they just submitted, they said, hey, I like these rookies. I don't like these rookies. I'm going to move these players around. I'm going to order up 25 teams, and then boom, 20 of those 25 end up in the money because I just had better rankings. And that those teams didn't take any time to draft because they just submitted them. They were automatically drafted. And then those people received emails in their inbox. Here are your 25 teams. So, it either takes no time to draft or it takes 5 to 6 minutes if you're going to do one of these all flex or all rookie games, or it takes at most 20 minutes if you're going to do one of these rabbit 15 round best ball contests.
Yeah. Minimal work. That's, that is really, really nice. You want to talk about the SFB contest specifically? Want to let them know what that progressive is? I think last I saw was 40%, what we're doing with that for the people who do not know at this point.
Yeah. So I take every opportunity to try to do something new. And the one thing you're not allowed to do, generally speaking, when it's a real money contest, is you can't have a progressive prize pool. When people talk about GPP, the reason why there is a guaranteed prize pool is because your strategy changes as the prize pool changes.
Yep.
So you can't have people playing with one strategy when the prize pool was small. Now suddenly the prize pool gets bigger and drafts are happening in the same tournament 3 weeks later. Strategies will start to change. And then all of a sudden, people, depending on when they draft with a progressive prize pool, they can be at a disadvantage. However, a progressive prize pool is more fun because the more people that join, the prize pool just keeps going up and up and up and up and up, and you can see it going up and up and up and up. And I was like, how can we leverage this idea where as it goes up and up and up and up, everyone's having more fun because it's more exciting? Well, what if all that money goes to charity? Aha! There you could do a progressive prize pool because no one is playing for their own money. They're playing on behalf of this charity, Fantasy Cares, which is such a great charity, which you all are so integral in making possible. And so every time you join this Scott Fish tournament, which is it's a proper 15-round best ball tournament. It's the Scott Fish branded rabbit tournament on FastDraft. Anytime you join and participate in a draft in that tournament, $10 goes to Fantasy Cares. And so for every draft that happens, because there are 10 teams, $100, every time a draft happens, $100 goes to Fantasy Cares. That's how that works. And now the prize pool has been built up, I think, close to $4,000.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's incredible. But we want to max it out. We want to get up to 10,000. So if you're listening, if you see this, please tell your friends to go jump in that contest, to join up on FastDraft. Download the app, whichever app store you have. Draftfaster.com also works. It's down in our little ticker there that you can see at the bottom of the screen.
Don't forget about code SFB. When you sign up and you deposit, use code SFB.
Yes.
And then you get a $50 deposit match. So that all the more reason to again, get signed up, get extra money to play with, and then you can play for free and know that that team just generated money for charity.
Yep, absolutely. I see you got a screen share down here. Should we pop that up? Is there anything extra on there you want to show? Maybe it's got the rules.
Yeah, you can show that. Yeah. So on FastDraft.app or draftfaster.com, either one goes to the same site. This is the basic tournament details of this rabbit tournament, the 15-round best ball tournament with the third round reversal that we were talking about. This is also the same format that the Scott Fish tournament uses.
Yep, except the Fish one you can only enter once.
That's right. Well, the Scott Fish is single entry. That's right. Yep. So one thing I think which is nice about the website is we publish in real time all of the ADP data. So you can always peruse the ADP data for any of these tournaments, and you can see how players are moving up and down. And we have you can see the trend the last 28 days. So this week, where is this player being drafted versus the rest of the month? That's what that means. And if you scroll down, you'll start to see some players are moving down for whatever reason. Kyron Williams moving down, George Kittle moving up, Mike Evans moving down. And then there's some obvious ones like Rashee Rice down 6 spots, Terry McLaurin down 4 spots. I mean, Terry McLaurin down 4 spots. Why? Because he's holding in. Big deal, right? Like that to me, in my opinion, those are the best buying opportunities when you see this kind of downward trend of an ADP, but you know the guy's going to be there in week 1. He's going to be just fine. You notice guys like George Pickens, I think the upside is being realized by people more and more. But the ADPs on FastDraft, because again, you have a lot of people that are new to best ball that are playing, the ADPs are a little stickier than some people might be used to. So it's very easy to avoid Joe Mixon. It's very easy to avoid and exploit these ADPs when you're drafting. So that's one of the attractive things about playing on FastDraft.
Very nice, very nice. I like any kind of extra data. I like, and your site has real time ADP with movement, and rostership percentages. That's wonderful. Just going off real time. That's great.
We should talk about that because that's an incredibly important data point when you're drafting in the 6th round, right, of the all flex or the all rookie tournament. When you're drafting in the 15th round of a proper best ball tournament, we post in the app in the player pool what the tournament ownership is for that player. And that's what you see on the far right column here. So when you're making a decision, you're like, do I want Hunter Henry or do I want Brenton Strange or do I want Jatavian Sanders? Oh, Jatavian Sanders, he might be 2% owned versus Brenton Strange 80% owned.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Jatavian Sanders, you're gonna, if he breaks out, you get a lot more leverage on the field than you do if Brenton Strange breaks out, for example.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, that's a really nice factor. It can help you to decide between two players, especially later in those drafts. Do we have anything else we want to mention about that? I'm going to throw the graphic up again. Do we have anything?
I think I might do one tonight on our live stream.
Ooh, that'd be pretty nice. Yeah, we have a Wednesday night hangout that we do every Wednesday night. We talk about whatever we talk about. It's different every week, but that would be we've done these kinds of things during that show before. I'm gonna have this for a second, but just go download the FastDraft app. Please join the Fishbowl Inspired Best Ball. Each entry donates $10 to Fantasy Cares. But more than that, check out all the other awesome options that you have on FastDraft that you can join, because there's a lot of them, and they're very easy to join, very slick, very quick. If you want to draft in 10, 20, 30 minutes, you're done. Get a little break at work, or you're just get home from work and you're sitting on the couch, just jump in one, try it out.
Real money fantasy gaming's only been around like 15 years.
Yep.
Can you believe it? And I think there's an assumption that, DFS is, no longer as popular, or best ball has been solved, or whatever. You hear these ridiculous things. Well, we're still early days. And there's a whole reimagining of DFS that we're doing, and there's a whole optimization of best ball that we're doing that is, I think, going to change fantasy for the better, and again open up a lot more people to start doing real money fantasy gaming, which is going to help everybody. It's going to mean bigger prize pools in the future. It's going to mean not as cutthroat drafting experiences for a lot of people, and we're going to introduce a lot of new people to some of these concepts that allow them to play at higher volume, managing your portfolio and your exposure, for example, bankroll management, those kinds of things, because I think that the barriers that have prevented a lot of more casual people from playing were solvable all along. And now, finally, we at FastDraft, we have the resources to actually implement a lot of these changes to open up fantasy to a lot more people and really get the most out of what is, I think, just the best thing. I've been obsessed with fantasy for decades. How long have we known each other? And we have no interest in becoming a casino, right? We're all in on fantasy as fantasy, not as like a portal into some other game that's not really fantasy anymore.
So I guess I don't have anything else to add to all of that.
Well, use the promo code SFB when you sign up.
Yeah, Matt jumped in there and reminded of it, which is good. But yes, go download the app. Promo code SFB, up to $50 instant deposit match if you qualify, and join our contest and all the contests on the FastDraft app. Matt, thanks for coming on, jumping on, talking about all the things FastDraft has going on. I want to be able to link this in our newsletters so that people can see what this is all about, and hopefully fill that thing up, get it maxed out at 10,000. That'd be wonderful,
dude. $10,000.
$10,000. That's a lot of money. 10,000. Tell everybody you know. If you're listening,
that's a whole shopping trip for Scott.
It really is. It's a whole shopping trip for toys for kids. That's what this is. It's a giant shopping trip for toys for kids. So tell all your friends.
Yeah, we wanted to do this contest with you many months ago. We were prioritizing it heading into 2025. So yeah, I'm really glad we made it happen.
Thank you for thinking
about
it, do it with us, and the idea to make this happen, all for a good cause. So we really appreciate it, Matt. you want to tell people where they can find you, or just plug Fast Draft one more time before we before Russ presses?
I am. The Fast Draft has a mock draft tool, which is all I'm allowed to do is mock draft.
Right.
And you can follow me at @fantasy_mansion on Twitter X. And that's where I post a lot of my mock drafts where I'm like, what about this team? Hey, what do you think about 3 tight ends? Hey, what if how dead is this team? So that's what I feel like almost daily I'm posting some mock draft that I did on there. Cause even if the app is fun enough that I'm not like testing. I'm not trying to improve it. I'm legit trying to draft the best team I can, even though it's completely fake and it doesn't count for anything. And I share a lot of that on social media. But yeah, you can check out playerprofiler.com, which is our stats service. I think it's a popular website for people to look up advanced stats and metrics on football players. And draftfaster.com is the place to go to download the Fast Draft app. Code SFB when you sign up, and we're gonna keep doing our thing.
Awesome. That's great. So thanks to everyone for joining us. Thanks to Matt. Russ, you want to get a button ready? Yeah, a good show. I will make sure to put this everywhere so people can see it. Please tell your friends to join. Please tell your friends just to try Fast Draft. You can even do the mocks if you've already done your draft.
Yeah,
on Fast Draft. Do some mocks on there. You can mock draft on there, but
you can sign up from anywhere. Like you can't play for money if you're in Morocco, but you could do a mock draft.
Yeah,
you do a mock draft anywhere.
Yeah, maybe you're in Morocco, but maybe you vacation to the U.S. and
then when they come to the U.S., sure you can play. But there's also a dynasty mock. There's a dynasty startup mock too. So we keep an updated dynasty ADPs for Superflex, and so it's not easy to do a dynasty mock and set those up. So we try to make a clean, easy way to do it. Actually, a dynasty startup mock too. And in 2026, we're going to be rolling out a lot of new contests and features. So everyone, just stay tuned. Again, we're aggressively listening. That's the best way to put it. We're aggressively listening to people who want something new or something improved, something that, hey, I always thought best ball could do this or I could do that. We're all ears.
Perfect. Russ, I'll let you take us out of here. Thanks to everyone for watching. Have a great day.
Thanks everyone for joining, and we'll catch you tonight. Thanks, Matt, for coming on.